What's up, family? Our word today comes from Luke chapter 12, verses 13 through 21. Now, as Jesus is teaching, we see a man in the crowd yell out, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." Now, this is funny to me because I can imagine this man waiting on that perfect opportunity, right? To yell out to Jesus to tell his brother he needs to give him part of his inheritance. And him thinking, bro, this is my chance. And I can imagine the brother in the crowd being like, bro, what are you doing? Right? But I'm sure the man was ready for Jesus to rebuke his brother and was expecting a specific answer. And I don't believe he got that answer that he was truly looking for. So Jesus tells the man, "Man, who made me a judge or an arbitrator over you?" It's a very interesting response from Christ himself. But I believe in what he says following this. He provides both the man, the brother, and the people in the crowd a principle to focus on which will in turn allow them to judge themselves. And he said to them, "Take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of things he possesses." Family, Jesus made it clear. I need you all to discern clearly. I need you to check yourself and be on guard that you are not living with a greedy desire to have more and more, that you aren't focused on having an excess of things. See, this principle that Jesus teaches shifts the focus and attention from others back to ourselves. With this answer, both the man and the brother had to check their own hearts and ask themselves, man, what are we focused on? What are we allowing to dictate our lives and the way that we are treating each other? Were their actions driven by the word of God or by the desire for an abundance of possessions? Family, Jesus goes on to share a parable of a rich man who had an abundance of crops and just continued to build bigger spaces to hold more crops. The man, almost seeming to be feeling himself and having a lot of focus on himself, tells himself, man, now you can sit back and kick it and just have a great time since you have all these possessions. But God called the man a fool. Let me repeat that. The man who seems to follow the American way of focusing on storing up as much as we possibly can so we can go and retire and kick it, God calls him a fool. And he tells him, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things which you have provided? Jesus finishes up by stating, so is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. Family, the Lord can bless us with an abundance of things. That's obvious, right? But we have to ensure that we are not allowing our focus to be on the greedy desire to gather and store more and more things. This is part of the reason why giving is so important, right? And we'll talk about that another day. But we have to ensure that our focus is on his kingdom, his righteousness, his will, his way, storing up treasure in heaven. There's a lot of work for us to do on this earth, family. A lot of people that need Christ. Allow this word to check your heart to ensure you are focused on what truly matters. And the Lord will take care of the rest. I love you guys. Shalom.